Hi everyone, Jeanne-Marie Taylor here. This is your morning Muse meditation for March 24th, 2020. And the reason why I'm being quiet is because I'm outside. I love living in a remote rural area where I can hear all of the birds. And I hope you're hearing them too. Did anybody hear that? That was a rooster from a nearby neighbor. There's also a woodpecker. There are some robins. Now, why am I pointing out these sounds to you? Well, it's more than just relaxing. It's more than just connecting with nature. There are two reasons why I'm doing this today. First of all, it's so important to understand that life goes on. I'm hearing crows now. It's so important to understand that life goes on. It's so important to get that. And sometimes the best way to get that is by connecting with nature and her sounds. And I know that some of you listening to this are still experiencing winter doldrums on top of everything else going on in the world right now. And I want you to have this experience of happy, wakeful sounds. Happy, joyful sounds of expansion and enjoyment and life moving on, because life will always move on. And there's another reason why, and that is that when you tune in more and more to nature, when you try to hear and sort of listen to the background of this recording and see how many sounds you can pick out. How many separate sounds of birds or crickets. And really, really pay close attention. Oh, yeah, crows right overhead. When you do that, I want you to know that you are practicing your clairaudience. Clairaudience. What is clairaudience? Clairaudience is our clear psychic hearing. Clairaudience is what allows you, it's an amazing thing that allows you to be going about your day, just getting your things done that you need to get done. And all of a sudden you might receive a message, maybe from your guardian angel, maybe from another being of light and love around you, maybe from your grandmother. So clairaudience is our clear psychic hearing, and it's such a beautiful gift to have because it allows us to be able to incorporate suggestions, guidance, advice on the spot, right there on the fly as we're going about our day. So as you listen to these nature sounds right now, is it relaxing? Yeah. Is your blood pressure lowering? Most likely. But I hope you're focusing on hearing as many sounds as you can beyond the sound of my voice, because the more you focus on that, and you can do it also when you're listening to a piece of music, like orchestral music, especially music that has multiple layers, multiple sounds. When you do that, you are practicing the ability to focus on one tiny, tiny, tiny little whisper in the background, because clairaudience, some people think, like from watching movies, that clairaudience or telepathic messages that we receive, sometimes they think it's going to be a big, huge, loud message, almost like fireworks going off. And indeed, it's sometimes not. You're sometimes just going to hear one little word, or you're sometimes going to get one little phrase, and it might at times sound like blink and you miss it really, really quick. You might just not even be sure, like, did I just hear that? Was that my spirit guide talking to me? Was that my angels talking to me? The answer is most likely yes. And this is how you build your clairaudience. And once you have your clairaudience starting to open, your clear psychic hearing, you are going to find that your life gets so much easier, because you could be washing the dishes and saying to yourself, how in the hell am I going to make it through this day? How am I going to pay my rent? What's going to happen next? And while your mind is occupied on doing the task at hand, you might get a little message that says, call your uncle. That's just it. Blink and you miss it. Call your uncle. And by having that message come in, what can happen is that you could be like, oh, wait a second. I know. I, I know. My uncle has wealth. Let me offer to my uncle that I'm going to walk his dogs. I know he's getting elderly. I know he can afford to pay me. I know that. So there you go. You might have just found yourself a part-time job. So it really sometimes is that simple. The guidance sometimes is that clear. So today's message, today's morning musing, build your clairaudience by listening to nature, by focusing, by bringing all of your energy and your attention, instead of way out in the future, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Bring it to the present moment and be in this moment and start listening for whatever it is that you can hear. And you'd be surprised more and more when you get calm, when you get quiet. You would be surprised at what you can hear. And thank you everyone for putting up with my... I'm laughing because of a bird up on a branch just looking down at me. Thank you everyone for listening. And I hope you've enjoyed today's morning musing. And sorry if I have seemed out of breath or out of rhythm. I'm just waking up and was taking a walk, obviously, outside, uphill and downhill with my beloved dog, Oscar. So for the next few seconds here, I'm just going to allow the recording to keep happening so you can listen to the sounds of nature. Have a great day, everyone. Or if you're listening at night, have a beautiful, beautiful, special, magical night.